There are exactly 5 bottles on the average liquor store shelf right now that master distillers actually take home for themselves. There are about 30 more next to them that those same distillers would not pour for an enemy. 3 decades behind the rail at Manhattan and Chicago cocktail rooms, 12 years buying spirits for a high-end restaurant group, 3 trips to Highland, Jalisco, 2 through Speyside, 1 walk through the Foursquare warehouses in Barbados, and I will tell you what nobody at the marketing department wants whispered out loud. Premium pricing in spirits has almost no relationship to what is actually inside the glass. The bottle at number 1 has been family-owned by the same Scottish family since 1865, beats a $375 single malt on every measurable production standard, and costs under $100. By the time this video ends, you will know exactly what to put on your bar cart, what to walk past forever, and how to tell which is which on a 30-second shelf inspection. Here is the test every bottle on this list has to clear. 4 questions. Anything that fails any of them gets cut. First, independent or family-owned, or owned by Diageo, Bacardi, Pernod Ricard, William Grant, or another conglomerate where shareholders set production targets instead of distillers. Second, additives. Tequila, rum, scotch, bourbon, every category legally allows some level, and real producers refuse to use them. Third, master distiller continuity. Has the same family or person been running production for at least 2 generations? Or did a celebrity sign a paper contract last year and slap a face on contract distilled juice? Fourth, does the bottle's price reflect what is actually inside, or are you funding a marketing budget? These 4 questions kill 90% of what is on the shelf at your local liquor store. 5 bottles survive. Here they are. Number 5. Gin. Plymouth. $32 to $37 retail. Distilled at the Blackfriars Distillery in Plymouth, England since 1793. 233 years of continuous production at the same physical site. The Royal Navy specified it as their official gin in the 1830s, which is why the Navy strength version still exists. Plymouth is one of only 2 gins in the world with a protected geographical indication, the other being London Dry. 7 botanicals: juniper, coriander, angelica, orris root, dried orange peels, dried lemon peels, and cardamom. 41.2% alcohol by volume. Nothing added after distillation. Hendrick's at $35 adds cucumber and rose petal essence after distillation, which by London Dry standards is not even gin anymore. They invented a new category to legally describe it. Bombay Sapphire is owned by Bacardi and produced for global volume. Plymouth is 1 site, 1 recipe, 2 centuries, no marketing pivot. Skip the Navy strength unless you are making Negronis. The standard bottle is the one bartenders actually keep at home. Number 4. Rum. Foursquare's Dorley's 12-year, $35 to $40. Produced by Richard Seal in Barbados, the 4th generation of his family to run the distillery. The single most respected name in the global rum community, and there is not a close second. 12 years aged in ex-bourbon and ex-sherry casks. 40% alcohol by volume. 0 grams per liter of added sugar. Verified by independent hydrometer testing, the same test used to expose dosed rum across the industry. No caramel coloring, no glycerin, no flavor extracts. Most aged dark rum sitting on the shelf is what the rum community calls dosed, with sugar and glycerin added to make young distillate taste like old rum. Bumbu, Lil Wayne's brand, is bottled at 35% alcohol, well below the 40% rum standard, and uses additives heavy enough that critics describe it as closer to a liqueur. Ronzacapa, Diplomatico, anything labeled smooth, that is almost always added sugar talking, not aging. Foursquare does not add anything, because they age the actual rum the actual length of time. The reason it costs $35 instead of $110 is that there is no celebrity attached and no Diageo marketing budget. For daiquiris, buy Probitas, Foursquare's white rum collaboration with Hampton, $30. For sipping or old fashions, Dorley's $12. Avoid anything labeled spiced rum. Number 3. Tequila. This is where the industry's biggest fraud lives. Tequila is supposed to be 100% Blue Weber agave, slow-cooked in brick ovens, fermented, and double-distilled. Mexican law allows up to 1% additives by volume, including sweeteners, glycerin, oak flavoring, and caramel coloring, and most celebrity tequilas are pushing right up to that limit. Additives are the hidden markup. More concerning is a piece of equipment called a diffuser, which strips agave with sulfuric acid for industrial efficiency and produces a neutral spirit that has more in common with vodka than tequila. Every bottle has a 4-digit NOM number on the back label that identifies the exact distillery where it was made. Casamigos is NOM 1416, a facility known to operate a diffuser and to deny using it on its main products, despite expert tasters consistently identifying the additive-heavy profile. George Clooney sold Casamigos to Diageo in 2017 for $1 billion. The liquid has not gotten better since. The marketing has 3 picks at 3 price points. Cimarron Blanco, $22, NOM 1146, brick oven cooked, copper pot still distilled, additive-free and verified. El Tesoro, $45, NOM 1139, owned by the Camarena family, 4 generations at La Altena Distillery since 1937, using the traditional Tahona stone wheel to crush agave. Traditional methods matter. Tequila Ocho, $50, single estate, vintage dated like wine, different bottling each year from a specific agave field. Single estate sourcing. All 3 use brick ovens, no diffusers, and no additives. This is the same way tequila was made before celebrity tequila existed. Avoid Casamigos, 818, Cincoro, Lobos 1707, and frankly, any bottle with a face on the label. If this kind of breakdown saves you money, hit subscribe. Number 2. Bourbon. Bourbon is in a price spiral. Bottles that cost $40 in 2020 are $60 in 2026. Allocated bottles like Pappy Van Winkle and Buffalo Trace's antique collection trade for thousands at auction. None of that prevents you from buying excellent bourbon for under $35. 3 picks. Buffalo Trace for $25 to $35, distilled in Frankfort, Kentucky, the oldest continuously operating bourbon distillery in the United States. It uses the same mash bill that goes into Eagle Rare and George T. Stagg. Wild Turkey 101 for $25, with master distiller Jimmy Russell leading production since 1954, 72 years, the longest tenure in American whiskey history. His son Eddie now runs the day-to-day. 101 proof, robust enough for cocktails, smooth enough to sip neat. And the insider's pick, Evan Williams Bottled in Bond for $20. Heaven Hill's White Label, 100 proof, aged a minimum of 4 years under the Federal Bottled in Bond Act of 1897. The single most rigorous federal standard in American spirits. Single distillery, single distilling season, federally bonded warehouse, exactly 100 proof. Multiple Heaven Hill employees confirm this is what they themselves drink at home. Skip the allocated unicorns. Skip celebrity bourbons. Buy what the distillery employees buy. Number 1. Single Malt Scotch. Glenfarclas 15-year. $90 to $110. 6 generations of the Grant family have owned it since 1865. Family ownership matters here. Glenfarclas is the last major independent sherried malt producer in Scotland after Macallan abandoned its classic sherry style in 2005 and pivoted to its fine oak range to chase prestige market positioning, and after Glendronach was bought by Pernod Ricard the same year. Glenfarclas simply kept making the same Speyside sherried single malt the same way, independent and unchanged. 100% first fill and refill Oloroso sherry casks shipped from Spain. 46% alcohol by volume. Non-chill filtered. Natural color, no caramel added. No artificial coloring. Here is the production detail that defines this bottle. Direct fired stills. Most modern distilleries switched to steam-heated stills in the 1990s because they are cheaper to run, easier to control, and require less skill. Glenfarclas still uses direct gas-fired copper stills, which create caramelization on the metal that produces the rich, oily, sherried character that defined Speyside whiskey in the 1800s. Tradition shows in the flavor. 2 distilleries in all of Scotland still do this. Glenfarclas is one, Springbank is the other. That is the entire list. Glenfarclas 15 won Best in Show at the San Francisco World Spirits Competition in 2020. It also has multiple international wine and spirits competition gold medals. Whiskey Advocate calls it a delicious holiday warmer. Awards back the bottle. Macallan 12 sells for $80 at 40% alcohol, chill filtered, and it has no age advantage. Macallan 18 sells for $375. Glenfarclas 25 years old, 10 more years than Macallan 18, sells for $220. The value comparison is not subtle. This is what the entire video is about. Production beats marketing. Family ownership beats conglomerate. Tradition beats prestige packaging. If you buy one bottle from this list, this is the one. One bonus pick worth knowing. Wild Turkey 101 for $25 deserves a call-out as the everyday workhorse. Jimmy Russell has been the master distiller since 1954. 72 years of unbroken master distiller continuity. Anyone who tells you bourbon needs to cost $80 to be good has never visited Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. 5 bottles. Plymouth Gin for $35. Dorley's 12 for $38. Cimarron Tequila for $22 with El Tesoro or Ocho as the upgrade. Buffalo Trace and Wild Turkey 101 for under $30 each. Glenfarclas 15 for $100. The total cost to stock the entire bar is under $225. The same money spent on Casamigos, Macallan 12, Bumbu, Hendricks, and a celebrity bourbon gets you 4 bottles instead of 5, and the 4 are all worse than what is on this list. The spirits industry has pulled off something quietly remarkable over the last 15 years. They have convinced consumers that premium means a celebrity face on the label, and that $30 on a bottle of additive-free, family-distilled, traditionally produced spirit is somehow inferior to $100 on diffuser tequila with a movie star signature. Walk into any liquor store this weekend. Look for the NOM number on the back of the tequila bottle. Look for family, owned on the Scotch. Look for bottled in bond on the bourbon. Look for Barbados, Jamaica, or Martinique on the rum, and verify 0 added sugar online before you buy. That is the entire test. The bottles that pass are on this list. The bottles that fail are everything else. Take it or leave it.